Hey everyone, I am so excited that you are here with me on Truth Be Told. Oh, woo! Yes. Let, how do I express myself? I'm your host, Michelle Lorraine, and I'm really excited that you're joining me on Truth Be Told. I have two amazing women who are going to be joining us as well in regards to our topic: 4 ways to identify your true friend. So sit tight, and I hope that you enjoy. Feel free to ask questions. Make statements on our Facebook, and we will try our best to answer your questions as well. So, we're going to get basically, before I even start, let me just share with you. The truth be told came from an experience I had one day, and I said to myself, you know what? It's the hardest thing to speak your own personal truth. However, it is the greatest release when you do. So it's not something that we are able to do all the time, but it is important for us to do that. So, with Truth Be Told, we have different seasons of topics and different episodes that we're going to be speaking about. And today, being my first one, I am so glad that I have two wonderful women that I've known for many years, Hyacinth Brown Smith and Kerry-Ann Hutchison. So, help me welcome them to our podcast today. And we got Hyacinth, and we have. Yes. All right. We one of the things one of the things that I wanted to make sure that you understand about this platform is that it's a talk about the struggles, the victories, the myths, and the stereotypes that we women face on a regular basis. And men, you are very much welcome into the conversation as well. But it's just about the power that lies within us. So, the one thing I understand about women, we are carriers. We carry our, we're nurturers. We carry life within us. Kerry-Ann can speak to that. She just had a baby, second baby. So, we are definitely really excited about, you know, sharing our experiences and going from there. So, Kerry-Ann and Hyacinth, thank you for joining me. Can you let me make sure they can hear me? Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege
good.
to be with these two beautiful ladies.
I was just saying that a part of us as women, we are carriers, we're nurturers. We give birth to life and we give birth to things around us. That's what we do as women. And Kerry-Ann, you just had a baby. Congratulations.
Sorry, can't hear you, Michelle.
I said you just had your second child. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you mute your Facebook Live? Is there a delay? Sorry, Carrie Ann, can you hear me now?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay,
I can. You got to go up a little bit more.
so it's okay. So
Yeah. Just one sec. I'll do that one. Okay. One bigger that. How do I get out? Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, perfect. I can hear you now too.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, let's
So
do
again,
it.
it's our first time. So we're gonna do this together.
All
Excellent.
right. I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now too.
Okay, because I had my watch party going as well. So
Okay, excellent. So, ladies, let's just get into it right now. How would you define friendship? Like, what is your definition of friendship?
Hyacinth, you can go first.
uh
I was gonna say, let the youngers go. I have to say, friendship. I would, I would say that friendship is probably defined differently by everybody.
mm,
I'm sure that if we ask 10 different people, I mean, there'll be some commonality between them, but there'll also be some differences. But this is to me a friend.
mm-hmm,
Um, is someone that is very trustworthy. This is for me trustworthy, loyal.
mm,
It's an individual that is both can there's strong points, but there's also negative points. In other words, what I'm trying to say is um, it's not that your relationship is perfect.
mm-hmm,
So it does display love, but you're also going to see some conflicts and some battles. But at the end, it really is about making both individuals stronger and better. I would say though that, and I don't know if we're going to get into this later on, that a friend is very different than an associate.
all right, yep, yep,
Hugely different because speaking personally myself, I know quite a few people, and some of them they may not always be they're not necessarily my friend, but they're my associates. I know them well. I don't have anything against them, or we get along, but they're sort of like in a different category. So I just want to make sure that we distinguish between friends
an
and associates.
associate,
So
that's
a
true.
friend is definitely trustworthy, can be dependable, being able to have your back, be able to give you proper criticism in love, not necessarily malicious, because
Mm,
you can say the right thing, but with the wrong attitude and tone.
that's true. Kerry-Ann, what do you say?
Okay, so friendship, how I define friendship, really it's somebody that I've built a true relationship with, somebody that I can pretty much go to with any and everything,
Mm-hmm,
somebody that I can trust, that I know
yeah,
that if I tell you my deepest and darkest, then you're going to hold that on for dear life,
yeah.
no matter how much bribery is given. You'll have my back.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So I'm not gonna give you like a dictionary definition, but
right.
to me, a friendship is somebody that will ride for me no matter what.
Like your ride and die friend.
I ride or die.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, good. It's so important because everyone has a certain expectation. So let's talk about expectation. If you have a friend, I'm sure in your mind you have an expectation from them. What happens when you have one thought about the relationship and they have something totally different? Like, for example, you have a friend that wants you to call every day, but you're not that kind of person, or you're an introvert. Maybe you're not as sociable that way. Like, what happens to relationships like that? Does that mean they're not really your friend? Like, what are your thoughts on expectations from friendships?
Okay, so for me, expectations. Okay, I don't know. I keep thinking about like my friends and all my friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember actually having like a conversation that says, "Hey, because you're my friend, I expect you to yada yada yada," right?
Right,
But I think some friendships just kind of, or the relationship just kind of builds that it goes without saying.
right,
So I don't know if people should actually say this is my expectation,
right.
but to me, I never put an expectation out there. But
Mm,
within conversations with this person that I'm building a relationship with, I think it kind of happens along the way.
mm, right.
When it comes to people expecting you to call every day, no, not happening. Obviously, I mean, people have lives, so I'm not expecting my friends to call me every day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I expect them to check in once in a
Mm,
while, and we
mm-hmm.
catch up and we chat for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
and then we go along our merry way again.
Yeah,
But an everyday thing is not an expectation from me, and obvious, I hope it's not an expectation from my friends
right.
to say, well, I'm not a good friend because I don't call you every day, right?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I don't expect expect people to call me every day either. So, and I don't consider them not my friend because they don't call. If I don't
Mm-hmm.
hear from them for a while, they get the call, be like, "How come I haven't heard from you?" And stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
And you know what? I'm going to touch on it a little bit later on, like even with the COVID-19 and the isolation, because you mentioned something that is kind of pertinent. Like if you have an expectation of phone calls, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. So, Hyson, what do you think? Like expectations, is it a major thing for you that it has to be established before you get into a relationship, or is it just something that develops over time?
I think that it doesn't, like Kerry-Ann said, it doesn't have to be mentioned at the beginning. However, you're going to find with certain individuals, things may occur or happen. And at that point, I believe that you can sort of implement certain boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you implement a boundary does not mean you're not my friend. If I say, no, girl, you don't have to call me 5 times this week,
Mm-hmm.
you can still set the boundary, let them understand, and so that I have my space, and I need the space that I need.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Okay.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and sometimes your life gets so busy, right? So I
I,
have a new baby. If you want me to call you 2 o'clock in the morning, sure, because that's when I'm up.
yeah. And then it changes over time because, like, for example, when you're younger, you have a set of friends. Then you get married or you get into a relationship. And then that changes. Then you have children. Then your friends change again. Like, I think it changes. It either, I don't know, progresses. I'm not sure if you want to say progress or how you want to view it. But it really changes even as your life changes, for example.
Yeah.
Even, okay, here's a question. Parents, are parents considered friends? Like, would you
Our
say
parents,
our parents, like, is your mom your friend? It's my mom my friend? Do we look at our parents as friends?
so I just told my mom to watch, so I'm just going to say my mom is my friend.
Mom, you're my friend too.
ugh,
Got you,
I'm
mom.
joking, but no, my mom and okay, it's funny, because I think over the years, I wouldn't say that my mom was my friend,
Mm,
like, when I was younger,
mm,
because like that's my mom. Like I just feel like if I step out of line, like yo, it's over. But
yeah.
now that I'm older,
Mm-hmm.
my mom and I can talk about any and everything.
Everything.
Whether she likes it, whether I like it, she'll tell me, I tell her, and so I feel like we've definitely built a friendship
Mm,
over the years. So now I consider my mom my friend. Like
mm.
we can, yeah.
Okay, so there's an age difference between all of us. So,
yeah,
Hyson, how about with your mother? How was that? Because that's a different
um,
generation there.
yeah, generation. My mom passed away a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I sort of feel like um, a friend is in a different category than my mom.
Mm,
So my expectations or what I'm looking for in a friend is very different than what I'm looking for in a mom.
right.
So I know there are overlapping characteristics that
Mm-hmm.
might come up between the two, but for me, my mom, I mean, I'm going to say my mom is, I wouldn't consider her in my friend class. That's just me. But I'm
Okay.
an old generation.
All right. Okay.
And
Okay.
for our generation, I think we're looking for that relationship with our moms to be
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
friend. I mean, half the time I'm hoping Malia will just be like, my mom is my best friend and it's gonna stay that way forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm writing the boat of staying her friend for now because later on, I'm pretty sure she probably don't want to be my friend.
Right. Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. And I mean, I remember growing up, and I know my mom is watching, so I know friend. My mother was my mother. That's it. I'm your mother, and I'm not. I didn't come in this world to be your friend, or you didn't come in this world to be my friend. No way. But now, as an adult and being older, I find that I can have that conversation with her. I feel like, you can be more open with things. I'm not saying I'm going to tell her every secret, but she's still someone I can definitely talk to and be comfortable with it now more than then. And to Hyacinth's point, yeah, back in those days, you never even crossed that line with your parents to say, "Oh, I'm going to just go chill with my mother." What? Chill what? Not happening. Not happening.
Children
Right?
must know their place.
Yeah, exactly. So we grew up with this saying. I don't know if it's a Jamaican saying or a West Indian saying. Show me your company and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
You ever hear
Yeah.
that? Okay, let's talk about
Yeah.
that. So,
Oh,
how
Oh.
do
Oh.
you go with that? Tell me about your company that you're keeping as friends. And does that say anything about you?
um,
Yeah,
okay.
anybody can jump on
Okay.
that.
Right. So I have a plethora of friends. I have
Mhm.
a like different kinds of friends.
Mhm.
Right? I got some crazy friends. I got some nice prayed up friends that,
Mhm.
and I have friends that are just super calm and whatever. So I have so many different kind of friends.
Yes.
Um, I know I've heard the saying, and okay, somebody can have a reputation for. I don't know if I necessarily 100% agree with the show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are thing,
Mhm.
because I have there you can have friends that have a reputation about something else, but that doesn't mean that they're not a good friend to you,
Okay.
right? So people can
Okay.
look at my friends or some of my friends and be like, "Yo, I don't even know how you hang out with this person," but I know them on a different level,
Right.
right?
Right.
So the whole show me your friends and I'll tell you where, yeah, people can look at it and be like, yeah, so when she's with that person, yeah, that's the crazy people. So yeah, she's crazy over there.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
I'm chilling with certain other people that
Yeah.
and they know those are my friends, they'll be like, oh, Karen's such a good girl.
Yep, 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 yep. Hyacinth?
Right? And then I
Oh
have
my
some
gosh.
friends that when things pop off,
Uh
it's like, girl,
huh.
let's go. Like, so I don't know. I just feel like you can't necessarily just put everybody in the same basket. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, a person can do something where they hold that against them forever,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
that's not necessarily who the person is.
Right.
So when you see that person, then it's like, oh, that person is bad news or whatever.
Mhm.
But it was just like one thing that has happened or whatever. It
Right.
doesn't mean that person's not a good friend to me or I'm not a good friend to them. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I would tend to agree when it comes to show me who you are, show you your company, whatever that saying is.
Yeah.
Because I personally have individuals, friends that, for example, if I know I want to go on a trip or travel, I know they're down, so I go to that particular friends
Mm.
that have no issue to getting up and go, or if I have um, friends who are good in investments. I mean, I go to the person who's traveling. I'm going to go to this one who's got
Yeah.
10 houses and hundreds of million dollars, thousands
Right.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the bank.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
really depends on what area it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's true.
I think
That's true.
everybody has a different. We have levels or different sides of us, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, you'll see different sides of a person
Mhm. Mhm.
based on who they're with at the time.
Right.
Are you necessarily being not yourself? I don't think so.
Mm.
But you can't be going up in like certain groups just be like acting all bougie when this is not the bougie group we're in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's so
there's
true.
also friends that certain friends that you cannot take them to certain groups or certain,
Oh yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
they're not going to act like you're they're not going to act proper,
Mhm.
but they're okay in this circle,
But they're not okay in another. Yeah. Yeah.
but they just don't have the skill set, let's just say that,
Oh my
to
gosh. How would your friends feel if you were saying that about them?
Send me
I would
that
tell
text.
them that you be a good girl, you can't do with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, in those kind of situations, if I have a friend like, don't have the skill set, all I will say is, girl, just don't shame me. Nobody shame me. Please don't shame me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Seriously. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But no, I
I don't know.
Yeah, no, but it makes sense because, like, even for myself, I found that there's certain friends I would, let's say, do a weekend with, and then there's another friends that I'll go to, let's say, the Harry Jerome Awards, or it
Right.
just depends on what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Different friends have different qualities or a different interest,
Right.
so I
Different
find that
interests.
makes a difference as well. So again, it goes back to that expectation. Sometimes we're having a certain expectation for people to do something with us, and that's just not them. And it's about understanding your friend or your friendship and what
Right.
they are able to do or what they're qualified to do with you. Not to put down anybody when I say qualified, but just basically saying, okay, this is where we do best together.
Right.
Right? Makes sense?
Makes sense.
So, how about friends that basically become your friend based off of your position or your opportunities that they see that they can get from you? What type of friend
Girl,
is
I
that? Is that a frenemy, opportunist frenemy? I don't know. What do you think? No, because
we
it's a
wish it was
serious
all
thing.
in the
Come on,
spirit.
I'm
I'm gonna
telling you.
answer.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
I mean, I I believe that when there's people around you that you should make people better. I understand that concept.
Mm-hmm.
But there's those that are just there just to see what they can, the benefits that they can get
Mm.
from who you are or where you can go or who places that you can go. So, I mean, you have to really be careful with
Mm.
these individuals because sometimes they're not easily detected at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but definitely, they're there. The evil, the good and the evil.
Yeah. Okay,
And
then talk the truth now. To give me an example. Are you brave enough? Can the
Be
truth be
told.
told?
Be
Come on,
told.
let me hear.
what people trying to take advantage of me?
Yeah,
Uh,
either one of you.
uh,
Don't call no names though. They might be
I
watching
know.
on
I'm
Facebook.
trying. Try not to.
I
Okay.
okay. Do you want me to
Uh,
give an example first while you think of yours?
Yes.
sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't said anything, so
You have something? No, girl. If you have something,
Oh,
go ahead.
no, no. Go ahead. Give your example.
Okay, example. So I'm a part. I used to be a part of the Harry Jerome Awards, right, which is a nice big event, the Black Business and Professional Association. And I tell you, I had some friends that just on the phone, hey, what's up? And it usually happens in April. So about February, March, we become
become friends.
friends. I'm
I'm
telling
right
you,
there.
we become friends come February or March. And then after April, you don't hear them again. I said, oh, okay, I see you. I see you. And now I don't do that anymore, period. So for all you who were my friends before that,
No mother calling.
I resigned last year. So you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. People that just take opportunity because they want to be your friends because of what you're associated with. Right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kerry-Ann.
Okay. I mean, I'm thinking about it, but and I don't really think I have that much to offer.
Oh God.
Come on, Kerry-Ann. Whatever.
Sure.
Whatever.
It's true. I don't have. I don't think that whatever they think they're coming into this friendship to get, they have a rude awakening. Because
Oh my
I
god.
mean, unless you just want to come to hear my burdens, then great. Come on, man. Okay, so
I
okay, I have okay. My friends, they always tell me I have a reputation to like bring in, like just keep bringing in people. They sometimes they use the word as strays. Like I always find the wounded and
Oh my
bring them into
gosh.
the group. Like
Oh,
okay,
that's
right?
nice. That's
Um,
good.
so for me, honestly, all I have to offer is who I am, right?
Mm-hmm. Good.
I'm not like super popular. I'm not like super rich. I'm not like, I used to be the president at one time. I'm like holding on my one time. I have, so to me, I don't know, because again, okay, if they were, okay, for example,
Mm-hmm.
um, if people were just being my friend when I was youth president or something like that, because
Right.
honestly, really, not married to a rich man, got two kids, like there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
you know, I would feel like they would have dropped off by now because,
Wow.
right? And nobody wants to really be besties with the youth president because that means I'm going to call you to do
Do
everything for you.
things. So maybe you lost friends during that time. Maybe they just stayed away because of that.
I
I'm
know,
not calling
but
Kerry-Ann
I
on Friday night.
feel, huh?
Not calling you on Friday night, just in case you decide to call me out on Friday night at church.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it is, when I was in that position, my ride or dies would be like, I can call them last minute, and they're just like, because it's you? Yes.
Yes,
So
you're right.
to me, I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not in that situation like how Hyacinth was then. For me, I'm just like, hey, what do you have to give me?
Well, then it works out for you. It's what they can give you at that time. So it's still an
Exactly.
opportunity. It's still a
So,
positive aspect from it.
yeah, so to me, I don't think I've really, because, okay, for me, I have friends that are still my best friends from we were children in
Hmm.
Jamaica. Like, we were just kids. We
Right.
got christened in the same church, grew up in church, and we've been best friends for 30 odd years,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
And those friendships just, it's still the same. Like, we're still very, very close.
Hmm.
I have friends that I met in high school.
Okay.
I have friends that, and we're still very, 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 very close, right? And then
Hmm.
I have friends that I met when I started going to church. So I have like all these different friendships
Right.
that, and most of them happened when I had nothing. So
Okay. Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So to
Yeah.
me, I don't think that it was just, I just think it's probably my personality. So if
Yeah.
you want to gravitate to me for that, I can rub it off on you.
Yeah.
And hey, but apart from that, I have nothing else to give.
Oh, well.
So, Heisa, what do you say on that topic?
What was your example? She had an
Yeah,
example.
you had an example. You were working on your
I was
example.
gonna go over that. I mean, there has been times where people try to reach out to me because they've seen me with people that are distinct or well known, popular. I mean, I'll have people go, "Hey, can I get a gig at Hey Life?" Or no, excuse me, who are you? No, but I'm just like, there's some people that because they feel like they see me here, they see me there, they know this one, they know that person,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I can pretty much make a call and just say, hey, it's me, and my reputation is solid enough that folks trust me, and so folks may use that, and so many times I have to like set barriers and boundaries, and I'm like, when people ask me, I'll be like asking questions back, and also if this is a person that you never, ever, 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 ever call me. But
Mm.
you see a door of opportunity. Hey, you're putting on this show, or you're doing this, or I
Yeah.
see you in the States, I see you in Jamaica, or I see you ministering over here, or whatever it is. And all of a sudden,
Oh, I need to get your number, guys. Obviously, you got the hookup.
I want to be your armor bearer.
Can I travel with you?
so, but you learn it though,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
also because of I'm pretty, I try to be friendly, and that's really who I am. I'm really,
Mm. Hmm.
I'm generally outgoing and friendly. I'm receiving. I let people, I
That's why
talk.
Michelle chose us. We have the same kind of personality.
Yeah.
Well, let's go. So sometimes you have to be really, just really, really careful because folks,
Hmm.
there's an undermining current, and so
Yeah.
you just have to be on guard. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to. I'm definitely taking that and putting it in my little memory box, my box of something to keep in mind because I think maybe I'm not there yet.
Hmm.
Maybe when the Lord speaks and I become a evangelist or something, who knows?
you are you the ones gathering all the weak people and all the
Yeah.
wounded?
It's not
Yeah,
like you're doing
exactly.
some
Well, I
mission
want those
work.
kind of friends.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's important to
You
know
do
though.
get those men.
You do. Yeah. Yeah.
Evangelist, truth be told, there you go.
Yeah. A
Man,
prophetic word. You heard it here on Truth Be Told.
truth be told.
So, with that being said, then, just another thought that I have here regarding having friends but still feeling alone sometimes, and I wanted to even bring up the COVID-19, right? We have friends, but sometimes you're still feeling like, they talk about being in a crowd and still feeling just by yourself, isolated. No one is there paying attention to you. You can try to speak out about something and you're talking and no one's listening. It's a hard thing to feel that way. I think that is the most loneliest feeling that a person can have, to think you have friends and to find out they're not really there, they're not really listening, you feel like you don't exist. What do you say to that?
Well, I'm gonna jump in because I think also because I'm gonna speak about myself, and I think our personality traits is part of the reason. So when folks see that, oh, Hyacinth, she's outgoing, she's this, she's always smiling, she looks strong. That sometimes it's also missed. Folks say, oh, this happened to her. She's all right. She's
Yeah.
always smiling. She's always
Mm.
coming in. They don't really understand the depths behind. And the truth be told, most people, like probably like myself, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very lonely place,
Mm.
very, very, very lonely place, that only a few people know about. So, um, absolutely true. You'll find it more. I think that because most extroverts, I'm thinking that they may face it more because of introverts, that they're used to being quiet. But you
Mm-hmm.
know, the extroverts and those who are out a little bit more deal with it probably a little bit more difficult, if I
Right.
could say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I think for me, what was the question again? Feeling having friends but feeling
But
alone.
still feeling alone. This might be
I
different for
mean, it
you, but
happens,
it just
right?
depends on how you look at it. Yeah.
Right. I think it happens because
Mm-hmm.
okay, you there's two different ways of looking at it though, because you can have friends and feel alone because you've decided to take yourself out of like the crowd, or take yourself out of like those friendships and just kind of separate yourself. So one, you're not opening up to your friends to let them know
Mm-hmm.
what's going on,
Right.
or that hey, I need help, because at the end of the day, people can't read your mind if you don't say hey, I need some backup, or I have my friends, like I have people call me like literally almost all the time, different friends that
Mm-hmm.
says, girl, if you need me, just say the word. I have one crazy friend that says, go take a nap and just leave it on FaceTime or watching the baby for you.
Right. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's because like being on the phone with them, they see that I'm tired, and like my husband goes to work like very early in the morning, so really and
Mm-hmm.
truly it's
It's
me. So for the most part, for me, I always have, because I have a lot of friends,
Mm-hmm.
I always have at least one or two that is literally always there. Um,
Okay.
but when it comes to feeling alone, that's because I've chosen to separate myself, right?
you
Mm-hmm.
know,
And maybe it's just something that I'm really going through that I really feel like I just don't want to share. But
Mm-hmm.
I am an extrovert, so yes, I'm always talking and I'm always going out. But when I'm home, there's times where I'm just like, things are going through my head, but I just don't really feel like sharing it right now. So I
Mm-hmm.
I
yeah.
just separate myself, but I choose to separate myself. So
You make a very, very valid point. I think for me, truth be told,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I may find myself in a very lonely position or place is because I'm protecting myself because I've been hurt,
right,
or yeah, I've been hurt, so I don't want to feel that pain that I
Right.
felt before. So I will, like Sister Kerry-Ann said, pull myself out and say, "You
Mm-hmm.
are not going to ever
Yeah.
do this
Yeah.
again."
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
so
that's
it,
true.
it pulls me back into a very, very because I will not face. It's sort of like a self mechanism
Yeah.
to protect myself from being hurt maliciously or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's important that we recognize for ourselves how we are as well, because, like Kerry-Ann said, she's an extrovert. So if she was feeling a certain way down, she may very well express it because she's very expressive. Hey,
Right.
guess what? I'm not feeling good. I'm not whatever. But then if we're an introvert and we don't say anything, sometimes we have the expectation that our friends would know that we're going through, but we're not sharing that information. Then we get upset with them because, hey, you didn't call me, you didn't share, you didn't. How are they supposed to know? Right? So it's important for us to know ourselves as well as know our friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Or people who they were always an extrovert and all of a sudden they become introverts because something happened in their lives, and all of
Exactly.
a sudden everything that you were sharing with me, and now all of a sudden something else happened, and you decide not to share that even if I call or whatever. For me, I'm not being a bad friend, but honestly, I just kind of stop calling, right? And I find that with some friendships that you can be there for somebody in so many situations when they want you to be.
To be. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they don't, they choose not to,
Right.
right? And on my end, I'm just like, okay, so did I do something? Am I a bad friend for not reaching out or whatever? But at the end of the day, you choose not to share with me so I can
Mm-hmm.
help or
Yeah. Is there
in
is there
an
something
area.
wrong with that? Is something wrong with that though? What
With
if
For
what?
it's
you not to share.
If you don't want to share, that's fine. But don't
oh
go around saying I wasn't there for you.
okay
And you don't know what's going on. Yeah,
yeah
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So a couple of things that, because our time is winding down, yeah, it's been an hour, 45 minutes almost. So we're winding down. I think we've got maybe about 5 minutes or so left. Important things that we need to identify with friendship is communication.
Okay.
That's definitely one important thing. Communicating, making sure that you're in conversation, sharing your thoughts and your feelings, that you're both calling each other, not just, it's not one sided, but making sure that you keep that line of communication open. Would you agree?
Definitely. I
Definitely.
yeah
definitely agree. I don't expect people to call me if I'm not calling them, right?
Exactly.
And vice versa.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, definitely. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Communication is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it goes back to, it ties in with the whole expectation thing too, right? But
Exactly.
definitely communication is very important.
Yeah, and get into the nitty gritty of your feelings. Again, that's communicating. If you don't know what the person's thinking, then don't turn around and say to me, "Oh, but this is what was going on." You never communicated that. How am I supposed to
Right.
know? So you have to
Yeah.
communicate. Next one is spending time with each other. You can't have a relationship or a friendship if you don't spend any time with a person. Hyacinth,
Unless
would
they're
you
not
agree?
living here.
Well, yeah, but you're still spending time with them, let's say on the phone or FaceTime or whatever. A vacation once in a blue moon. You still, spending quality time is
Yeah.
kind of makes sense for you to do that with your friend.
I know COVID is killing my spending time together.
yeah
Everybody is missing my house. Like all my friends,
They
they
come and
were.
hang
My
at your
house is
place.
full at
Yeah,
all times. My house is hardly ever empty
yeah,
because somebody's always visiting or hanging out, or we're just watching movies and stuff like that. So COVID is just killing my buzz.
and people have to create those things. If that's what they want in a relationship, then you create it with your friends.
Yeah,
Trust is a big
trust.
one.
Yes.
Trust, building the trust, making sure that you keep your word or the information. My good friend from, I think, since I was 4 years old, I mean, I trust her with everything. She knows everything about me, and she's never failed me in all the years that I've known her. I think we've got into one argument as a teenager, and we didn't talk for
Yeah.
about 3 days. And that, as a teenager, that was a long time,
Yeah.
long time
you know? So
Um,
you agree with the trust part, Hyacinth?
Definitely,
Yeah?
trust is very important. And When you said trust, I kind of thought about trust too. In another way is
Mm-hmm.
trust and people knowing you.
Mm.
I had a situation that somebody, a friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, somebody said so and so,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the case may be, um, but because I know you so well,
Mm.
right away, I was just like, trust me, that is not how it goes." So, sometimes it's so good to have good friends and people that know you.
Have your
I've
back.
had like two main situations. I had another situation where somebody literally was just flat out lying.
Mm.
And when my friend called me and said, "Girl, first of all, I'm gonna say it, but I know it's not true. But so and so said," and this was like a spouse of theirs that was like literally spreading news about me and them. And right away she was like, "I have you on speaker with him right here because girl, I know." And it was just like, and I didn't even have to fumble or whatever to think,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, did I really say this or did I really do that?" Because right away I know like those people had my back 100%.
100K.
Yeah.
That they were just like, "I'm just making the call to make the call," but I already know that that is not the truth.
Good.
And those are, to me, those are good friends that they don't second guess if somebody should bring something to them about me or whatever. They're just like, "I know Kerry-Ann." Like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. Good.
try again. Like, things and feel really good. That
Yeah.
makes me feel really
Yeah. And trust is not just them keeping your secrets or those things. It's also trusting them with your feelings, right? Trusting
Yeah.
them that they can hold your heart, that they can definitely hold your heart. And they challenge you. That's the next thing. They challenge you to be a better person. They challenge you to excel, and they don't compete with you. Like, they challenge
Woo!
you
right.
to
Not a
be your
competition.
best and not turn around and compete with you for it. Make sense?
Yeah, like they celebrate your achievements.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're like,
Exactly.
go girl.
Yeah.
Like what?
I have friends that makes me want to be a better person, right? When I
Mm-hmm.
look at their accomplishment, it's not that I'm jealous of them.
Right.
I'm happy for them, but make me want to do better, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go after my dream because I see somebody that, just decided I'm gonna go back to school and do whatever the case may be. So to me, like, it's friendship. Again, friendship is, there's so much you can learn and take from a friendship that it's
Mm-hmm.
so sometimes when it comes to like petty little things, like to me, like no, like
Mm-hmm.
friendship is such a strong thing and it's such an important thing in our lives that you should want to learn from that person. You laugh with that person, you cry with that person, you can pray with that person, you can whatever the case may be. If they call you and text you to pray for them at 5 o'clock in the morning,
Right. Right.
you
Yeah.
pray.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's so many things that you build throughout the years,
Yep.
and just different people, different kind of friendship, in my
Right.
Yeah.
opinion.
Yep.
One of the things that if I can add is, with a really true friend, it's not um, exposing your weaknesses or your past
Mm-hmm.
failures. I don't believe in failures. I believe that everything is a learning experience. But when I say
Yeah.
failures, you sort of understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some people will try to, you know, they're probably not real friends. They try to sort of show you, well, X, Y, Z, and I'm like, well,
Mm-hmm.
X, Y, Z. Like it shouldn't be like that. So you can look up for people who are bringing up past,
Yeah.
talking about things that not where you're going, not your goals, not your dreams, not your abilities. It's like, well, you know, you beat up this guy. I'm just saying. So we have to be really careful of that because I'm finding sometimes people, the crab mentality. People just, you
Yeah.
can't
Do
do
want to
that
tear you
because
down. Yeah. Yep.
True.
Okay. And then the last point, and then we're pretty much finished, is acceptance. Accepting who you are, and
Yep.
not judgmental. They are always helping you find solutions to your situation, and no matter what it is, they accept you, the good and the bad of you. This quote I wanted to leave with everyone is: walk away from friendships that make you feel small and insecure, and seek out people who inspire you and support you. And that is from my good friend, Michelle Obama.
Oh,
I love her. She's awesome. And just want to thank everyone for joining on our Facebook Live today. Thank you, Hyacinth Brown Smith and Kerry-Ann Rhoden. Thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to our next podcast, which will be next week, Tuesday. It will be at a later time only because we have someone coming in from foreign. So I am not saying who yet, but it's going to be really, really good. So,
wow.
yeah. What was that, Carrie-Ann?
I had someone on that was so
Oh, no, she's.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, everyone, have a good night. Thank you so much. And
Thank you so much for having
no
me.
problem. Thank you. Truth be told, we're all wonderful people, especially us women. Have a good night.
Truth be
Truth be
told,
told, truth be told.
truth be told, I got a lot of friends.
Yes, I know.